Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Steven here with Team Euphoric, and today I've got another equipment review for you guys. And today I'm going to be reviewing the StrongTek Professional Wooden Slant Board. I absolutely love this, and in terms of the features, it is made from hardwood plywood. It is going to be 12.5 inches wide by 15 inches deep. It has anti-slip treads on the base and on the bottom, so that's not going to move around. And it has 5 different positions. The base is going to be 15 degrees, and then it'll go 20, 25, 30, all the way up to 35 degrees. So it's going to be pretty versatile with regard to the different levels of inclination that you can adjust it to. And then in terms of the uses, it's going to be great as a rehab tool. It's also going to be great if you're performing exercises like heel elevated goblet squats or Jefferson curls. If you want to use it as a calf stretcher, it is also going to serve that purpose. And if you have limited wrist extension, you could also use it to do push-ups with your hands on the actual board itself, so you won't need to go into as much wrist extension. And it does come with a few pros that we're going to get into those, but first, real quick, like the video and comment down in the comment section, as it would really help me out and help with the algorithm. And if you're either new to the channel or haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the content. Now let's get into the pros and cons. Number one pro, this is going to be very, very durable. The weight capacity is 450 pounds, so unless you work with severely morbidly obese people, this is going to be absolutely terrific. It's going to be able to handle whatever type of load you put on it. The non-slip grip is going to be absolutely terrific. It's going to be great for rehabilitation. For me, I love using it for the purposes of doing things like Poliquin step-ups or heel elevated goblet squats, and it's going to be terrific for regressing the squat pattern. If you are somebody where you can't perform a squat properly because you're either hinging too far forward, because you either have issues with your hips, your knee, or limited ankle mobility, then you can use it to regress that pattern. And I'm going to include a link right up over here to a video of how to perform a heel elevated goblet squat, because this will be terrific for regressing the squat pattern and performing that specific movement. Another one of the pros is, let's say you don't have poor squat biomechanics and you are able to perform a squat properly, but you want to get a little bit more quad activation. Well, doing your heels on an incline is going to be a great way to improve and enhance your quad activation, because when you go on an incline, you're going to not be limited by your ankles, and you're going to be able to get more flexion in the knees. By getting more flexion in the knees, that means you could create greater myofascial tension in the bottom position, which means you're going to get more quad recruitment as you end up performing the exercise. So if you want more quad activation, using a slant board is going to be terrific. It's also going to be great as a calf stretcher. If you put your toes on the high portion of the incline and then your heel at the base, you could end up bringing your ankle forward, and then it's going to be great to stretch out the calves. And another one of the pros is it takes up minimal space. For me, I just tuck it away in the corner. It's out of sight, out of mind. It does come with a couple of cons. The number one con is that this is going to be quite pricey for what it does. This one right over here was $130.92, and then with HST in Canada where I live, it came out to $147.94. So for what it does, it is quite pricey, and you would be better off spending your money on something like a rocker board if you want to save money. I reviewed one a couple weeks ago, and I'm going to include a link right up over here, but the rocker board, it's $39.99, then plus HST, it comes out to $45.19. So it's less than 1/3 of the price of this one right over here. And then the other con is, if you are using socks when you are performing things like a heel elevated squat, your toes are going to dig into the socks because your feet are going to slip down. But the way that I mitigate that is I will put my heels on the board, and then I'll put my toes on the floor. That way I still get the incline, but I don't have to worry about my socks digging into my toes. In terms of who could benefit from it, if you're a physiotherapist or strength coach, if you are a person with weak knees, this is going to be great because you could do something like a Poliquin step up. If you have poor squat biomechanics, this is going to be great because you could do something like a heel elevated goblet squat. If you are, in terms of who's not going to be able to benefit from it, if you are on a limited budget, I wouldn't recommend getting this. I'd recommend getting something like the rocker board instead, because it does similar functions and it's a fraction of the price. And if you're looking for a very, very versatile piece of equipment, then I wouldn't spend the money on this because it's not going to be very, very versatile. But overall, I love it, and I love using it with my rehabilitation patients in my physiotherapy clinic. If you guys have any questions at all, go ahead and ask your questions down in the comment section so I can help you guys out. But that's pretty much it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to smash that like button so I know to keep making these types of videos in the future. And if you're either new to the channel or haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, as I'm going to be uploading new videos every single day. That's it for today's video. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you again tomorrow.